Oil has been known to summon as liquid gold. We used to get around town, whether it's across the street or across the globe. More importantly, it plays a critical role in transporting the other goods we use on a daily basis. This is a story what happens when oil becomes too valuable. Welcome to the pilot episode of Further Consideration, a new show that aims to tell the stories that impact our world and propose solutions that can ultimately lead to great change. While still a developing nation, Brazil has become a juggernaut of industry in recent years. The country boasted the world's 8th largest economy in 2017, with $2 trillion in gross domestic product according to the International Monetary Fund. According to the United States Energy Information Administration, Brazil produces 3.36 billion barrels of oil per day and consumes 3.08 billion barrels. Despite this surplus in production, oil prices have increased steadily since 2017, most because of taxes and policy changes from Petrobras, the country's state-owned oil company, to sell at the international market price. Diesel prices rose by 0.8%, with gasoline prices rising by 1.34%. Perhaps the industry most profoundly impacted by these changes was the trucking industry, where independent drivers, along with ABCAM, a truckers union with roughly 600,000 of Brazil's 1 million drivers, threatening on May 18, 2018 to begin a strike on May 21st if the Brazilian government didn't reduce the 45% tax on diesel. With no government response, the strike went on as planned. Highways were blocked, the transport supplies were stopped, flights were canceled because of a lack of fuel, gas stations closed early, and supermarkets were scraped clean. Sabrina Barbosa is a friend of mine in Campinas, about 60 miles or 96 kilometers northwest of Sao Paulo, and she described how the strike affected Brazilians there.
Transportation of products in Brazil are the vast majority, like more than 90%, is made by trucks. So if the truck drivers are doing a strike, that means that we are lacking storage of products. Products are not circulating, so we're lacking. Some airports cancel some flights because they are lacking fuel. I saw all the gas stations that I saw in my path to the university. They have lines of cars because everyone is just taking fuel because we went soon, and some foods are just in lack of markets because there are no transportation of products in Brazil right now, and it's like the fourth day that is happening this, and things are lacking, things are stuck, and the truck drivers, they are making this strike, they're protesting because the expensive price of the diesel.
Chevrolet, Ford, and Fiat Chrysler announced they will also experience problems because of the strike. In fact, Chevrolet said in a statement that the movement impacted, quote, the logistics flow in its factories to Brazil, reflecting exports. With the lack of components, the production lines are beginning to be paralyzed, and we are also facing difficulties in the distribution of vehicles to the dealership network, end quote. Public Security Minister Wal Jungmin created a crisis cabinet in response. By May 23rd, the airports began to suffer with limited fuel. State-owned aviation corporation Infraero reported that Congonhas Airport in Sao Paulo, along with the airports of Palmas, Maceió, Okwuosah, and Recife, only had enough fuel for that day. Limited supplies of fuel being distributed to the gas stations and goods being delivered to supermarkets led to prices rising rapidly. Gasoline reached $2.45 US in Recife, and a bag of potatoes surged to value as high as $136.30. ABCAM also announced that trucks with livestock and medicine will be given 2 days to pass through the blockade. President Michel Temer asked for a 2 or 3 day truce, as Petrobras announced that diesel will be made cheaper for 15 days. Pedro Parente, the company's president, said that the measure was taken to buy the government time to talk to the truckers. Parente actually resigned from his post at Petrobras. He said it was basically that it was clear that when permanent at Petrobras is impossible, and that kind of public service from anything to public good. I'm not entitled to any job or title, and I will not be an obstacle to the discussion of alternatives. Alright, now back to the situation was only getting more dire, however. Gasoline prices cut to begin $2.72 in the federal district, with less buses operating in hospitals began to have issues related to lack of fuel and other equipment. A solution might have been reached though. Chief of Staff Elizur Padilla announced that a 6-hour meeting with representatives for the truckers led to an agreement. The strike will be suspended for 15 days, however ABCAM did not adhere to this and the strike continued. Airways began to run out of fuel and flights were cancelled, federal universities suspended classes, so ambulances becoming limited, and non-emergency service being cancelled in some states. Terma called the strike as a radical minority and also planned to send troops to end the roadblocks. The Supreme Federal Court authorized that use and imposed fines on those that refused. By the evening, the government claimed that 45% of all roadblocks were removed. On May 26, Minister Carlos Maroon said that the government would fine any company that didn't obey the agreement to unblock the highways $26,612 per hour. However, the most interesting twist in this saga happened the next day. Oil workers joined on the strike with the police at the refinery President Getúlio Vargas in Paraná protesting outside that refinery. Agriculture producers estimate that 64 million birds have been sacrificed because of the lack of food. After meeting former Finance Minister Enrique Morales to discuss budgets to contain the strike, Tim announced that oil prices would be reduced by 12 cents per liter for 60 days. Taxes would be suspended on federal highways for suspended axles, and provisional measures for a warranty of retirement strikers earning 30% of Campanina Nacional's Day Abastecimentos fair and the establishment of a minimum shipping table. That wasn't just out of protest, but some groups like Unicam and the movement of grain transporters of Mato Grosso began taking steps to wind down their involvement. The National Federation of Transport left it up to unions to decide whether the strike should continue or not, with the contingency that trucks with a civil defense sticker along with those carrying fuel, milk, food to schools, and products for hospitals to pass. Some Sao Paulo guests refused free deliveries because of threats made by strike supporters to prevent its end. APCAP President Jose Francia Lopes pissed the strike not as being a matter of the institution or its autonomous truckers, but a matter of people who want to overthrow the government. 556 active blockades were made around the country, with the biggest registered impacts being on public transportation and schools. Food supplies began to dwindle as supermarkets Rio's Caesar chain operating with roughly 80 and 90% of its stores closed. The lack of fuel affected 15 state capitals nationwide, including Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. 3 complete blockades and 616 minor blockades still remain active, with many other parallel groups supporting the truckers' cause. 176 assessments of stopped vehicles were found by the Federal Highway Police, with fines of $26,612 given to companies and $2,661 for individuals. Overall, University of Sao Paulo professor Paulo Feldman estimated that $7.98 billion of economic production was lost to the strike. 11 airports had to halt all flight operations because of lack of fuel, with many others operating significant flight cancellations. 19 car factories suspended production. All due to the march to Brazil and the build-up to October's presidential election. This has been for your consideration. If you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell to be among the first to know when the next episode comes out. Also, be sure to like the video, share the video with someone who might enjoy it, leave a comment letting me know how I can improve the show, and consider supporting me on Patreon for early access to this show and more for Angel Productions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon.